What's going on, guys? Quinn69 here. How you guys doing today? If you haven't guessed it already, this is going to be an in-depth guide on how to take your character all the way from level 0, aka the start of a new season, to a goddamn T10 destroyer in a single day. In terms of leveling from 1 to 70, this build right here is a build that I've been running since almost Season 3, simply because these skills either have a lot of recovery, a lot of utility, or a lot of damage per spirit spent. Now, obviously, if an item drops that severely empowers another ability that you don't see on this list, don't just be like, oh, this guy says I can't change abilities, I better stay the fucking same. Okay, you don't do that. If you get like a, Intense Torch of the Grand Temple, okay, switch out LTK to Wave of Light. If you get an item which buffs another ability that's not on here, definitely modify it. This is just a base core build. I might not be running anything like this at the start of a season. It really depends on what drops. This is just the core setup and then modify as you go. The build itself is very simple. It is just a bunch of passive spirit regen combined with a spender and exploding palm. Your generator is just there to generate spirit. It doesn't do any damage. Now, because we have all this passive spirit regen, obviously two-handed weapons are going to be a must. You're going to be looking for the highest damage range two-handed weapon you can get your hands on. It doesn't matter about the DPS. The DPS is irrelevant. It's all about that damage range, because you want to get maximum efficiency for every spirit you spend, because you're generating spirit the whole time passively. Therefore, the one with the biggest damage range is going to give you the most bang for your buck. Otherwise, that is pretty much it for the 1 to 70 build. I will link the graph here that Abby has made in the description below if you want to access this, so you can have it up for when the season starts, or so you can print it out, whatever. Now, let's talk about some secret techniques. Whilst leveling to 70, you are going to create an alt monk, and you're going to level him to 8 and then stop. And what you're going to do is every time your blood shards start getting high, you log out, log onto your alt monk, and you gamble boots. This is because at level 8, there's only 2 boots that can drop. Reveria Dancers and Crudus boots. Both boots are insanely powerful for leveling to 1 to 70, and on top of that, the Crudus boots are completely broken for Interset. You can see there, just in one set of blood shards, I gambled 3 Crudus boots and 2 Reveria Dancers, which is completely overpowered. Keep using this method until you have Crudus boots. You are going to need this for the next part of the guide. Upon reaching level 70, you're going to want to go down to the bottom left hand corner of your screen, open up your mailbox, and grab your Hadrix gift. This will give you a free Innis helmet and free Innis gloves. Also, we have to modify the build accordingly. In the absolute worst case scenario, your character is going to look something like this, aka full yellow gear apart from the Innis gloves and the Innis helmet that you just got from the Hadrix gift. Thankfully, with a couple of tweaks and a change to your skill build, you can make this instantly Torment 2 viable. What you want to do is you want to put a socket in your weapon and put a green gem in that bad boy. 110 crit hit damage is crazy strong. On top of that, you want to put some sockets in your pants, some sockets in your chest, and you just want to chuck all resist gems in there. The amount of auras you get early game from just these little like low level gems is super strong. On top of that, if your gear doesn't have main stat on it, I suggest rolling dexterity, because dexterity has huge values early game. Otherwise, this is the build you're going to want to use. So it's pretty much the same, just a couple of tweaks to optimize around the inner set. Once you are confident that you've tweaked your gear enough that you can do Torment 2, head straight to Torment 2, the Silver Spire level 1. That is in Act 4. Okay, you are going to be killing Azul, the boss, because the second you kill Azul, he is going to give you your second Hadrix gift, which is going to give you 2 more pieces of Innis gear. Okay, obviously it's not going to be pretty. You just need to stay alive and kill his ass. It's not going to be the fastest kill ever, hence why I sped it up, because it took me like 2 minutes to kill him or something. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to kill it. You're just there to get the gear. The second you get 4-piece Innis, your character gets a lot stronger. The second you've killed Azul, you're then going to have access to your Innis boots and your Innis belt, which is insanely overpowered, as that gives you your 4 set, which gives you all 4 mantras at the same time. And on top of that, your 2 set doubles your 4-set effectiveness, which is a huge offensive and defensive boost. It also allows you to get rid of Mantra of Healing off your bar and to go to Epiphany Desert Shroud. Once you've made those changes to your build, head to Torment 1 and start doing bounties. Preferably do them in the bonus order, that way you get extra materials. Once you've got a full set of bounty materials, then head to Act 3, the Ruins of Cesseron, and once you're there, get the cube. Okay, once you got your cube and your bounty materials, go ahead and cube the Crutus boots that you got by using the secret technique. If you don't have Crutus boots yet, you can also use your Reveria dancers. These bad boys right here, they work just as well, if not better, for the build we're going to do. Your character is now capable of doing a Greater Rift 20. Why do we want to do a GR20, you ask? Because once we complete one GR20, you then get the third Hadric's Gift, aka you get another 3 pieces of the inner set. So you'll have your 6th set, and your character turns into a god. In order to do this, you're going to need 2 things first. Okay, first of all, you're going to need a Greater Rift Keystone. Second of all, you have to unlock GR20. To do this, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone just by doing a Torment 4 Rift. This will unlock GR21, I believe, but don't do that. You're going to do GR20, and it will also give you a very high chance of giving you a Keystone. Do a single Torment 4 Rift. Hopefully you get a Keystone. If you don't, then turn it down to like T3 or T2, something you're fast at clearing, and then get your Keystone. Once you have a Keystone and you unlock GR20, it's your time to shine. This is going to be the crux for most people because it's quite difficult. And in order to complete the GR20 with such low gear, you're going to have to play it properly. I highly suggest only fighting high density areas, like trying to use Exploding Palm to blow up big packs. Do not just sit there fighting an elite by itself. Only go for big packs and just explode everything with EP. If it doesn't die in the EP and it's not low life, then move on. Otherwise, the great news is, once you've completed the GR20 in time, you then get your 3rd and final Hadric's Gift. And at this point, you get all 7 pieces of the inner set, and your character becomes a god. When you equip these last 3 pieces of the inner set, your character undergoes a huge transformation. Okay, for starters, you get the 6th set, which gives you 5 Mystic Allies. Your Crutus boots then double that, so you get 10 Mystic Allies. Your 2 set then doubles the effectiveness of those Mystic Allies, which effectively gives you 20 Mystic Allies. Which is just crazy. It's insane, right? It's goddamn, it's madness. Okay, on top of that, you have the power of 20 Mystic Allies. Okay, then you double it, alright guys? Because you then get an Inner's Reach, which then increases the Mystic Allies damage by up to 120%. And on top of that, you also get 500% increased damage for having 10 allies out. It is insane how much more damage you're going to do once you get the 6th set. In terms of the build, we are going to be using Exploding Palm, Shocking Grasp as our primary damage dealer. Cyclone Strike to pull things together, and you're actually going to use the Mystic Allies, all 10 of them, to run around and pop your EPs. So the TLDR of the gameplay is, you just run in, Cyclone Strike to create density. Apply EP onto like a few guys. You're using Shocking Grasp Rune, so it's going to spread pretty fast. Normally just 1 or 2 EPs will do. Okay, your Mystic Allies are going to automatically run in there, and they're going to beat everyone's dicks off until they explode. Boom, run to the next pack, cyclone it together, apply EPs, Mystic Allies, pop them. And you just keep doing that over and over again, and you're going to see really, really fast rift clears. So we've finished covering all the builds. Obviously, we've covered a lot of stuff in this video here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link all of the different variations of the builds in the description below so you guys can reference them and print them out and do whatever you want. So we'll have the 1 to 70 build, we'll have the 2 set build, we'll have the 4 set build, and we'll have the final 6 set build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this guide, and I hope it wasn't too confusing and kind of disjointed, because I mean it was effectively like 4 guides in one. Until next time guys, peace the hell out and have a good day.